J'espère qu'on va bien aujourd'hui.
Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Whoa, whoa.
I don't know any. We had just an audio peak warning is what we had right there.
I probably was singing too loud.
That was the computer's way of saying, Brian, you were too loud.
My Mariah Carey voice, man. Good morning.
You don't have a Mariah Carey voice.
Welcome to Brian and Carrie in the Morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, by the way, today's show, are you a quitter, camper, or climber? How the choices you make say a lot about your happiness and success potential. It's also Fucked Up Friday.
Yeah.
Hashtag FUF.
Hold on.
Oh, now I'm listening to myself sing. I have a mad Mariah Carey voice.
Oh.
Monitor, il n'est pas beau. French.
Et ça ne marche pas. By the way, I just realized there's a spelling error. It is not CAMPBER. But in the spirit of FUF, I was having a few technical issues this morning.
Were you?
I was, yeah. So,
that's all right.
You know, it is what it is.
Of course.
Because it's FUF.
Yeah. Are you a quitter, camper, or climber? How the choices you make say a lot about your happiness and success potential. But it's also Fucked Up Friday.
Yeah.
Hashtag FUF. What?
Can I tell you? So can we be fucked up right now?
Well, it's FUF. Okay. People are waiting for it.
Number one, could you get your binder out of my space?
Sorry.
I'm just playing.
Sorry.
The binder was just all over my place. Number two, so Brian and I talked about what we're doing on the show today on FUF.
Yes.
I know what we're talking about on the show today, but we all have our roles.
Yeah.
Insofar as what we do.
Yeah.
Okay? And Brian is a master at...
singing.
Dancing? Making sure that he frames what we're doing. Really
Context.
Well. I have no idea what the title has to do with what we're doing.
I've got this.
I'm so excited to find out.
I've got this.
It's like one of his genius skills.
I've got this.
And I said nothing.
That being said, let me say good morning to people.
Let's do it.
We got Kelsey, Jessica, Caitlin, Kelly, Brian Baggerbrains, Colleen, Karen Roberts, Steve Montefinesse, love that guy.
Good morning, Steve.
John Delancey, Ma Papa Draps is here. Ruth, all the way from the UK, is here. Look at that. Tiffany Maxim, the funny one. Angela Prather, welcome. Lynette Macias, and Muna.
Good morning, Muna.
So far.
Can I, first of all, give just a shout out to Ruth's significant other who's undergoing a rather significant surgery today.
Oh, I did not know.
So we send our love to John.
Yes.
And hope everything goes well. Have faith that everything will go well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely. Good morning to Lisa Arsenault, Cynthia Goldman. Hey.
Hey.
Today's show, are you a quitter, camper, or climber? How the choices you make say a lot about your happiness and success potential. And it's Fucked Up Friday. Which always means we're going to bring the funny a little bit more than we always bring the funny.
Which is really, that says a lot.
And Tiffany Maxim, I'm wearing one of my nice shirts today.
Oh, Tiffany, can I tell you something? This is exactly what went down, okay? So we were doing an audio check. We're getting ready to do an audio check, and Brian comes out of the bedroom, and he's dressed in this shirt, and I take like the 30 seconds to pause and be like, ooh, I love that shirt. It's my favorite.
Yeah, well, I have two just like it.
I know, it's what I can tell you why.
The other one's a little blue as well. I want to know after. I just want to say that Brian Sackowitz is already cracking down. He says there's 27 viewers right now, 8 shares. Do the fucking math, people. Love him.
Share.
And Steve Montefinesse says he's not a quitter, camper, or climber. He's a crapper.
Oh, because it's FUF.
It's FUF.
It's Fucked Up Friday.
I respect that joke.
We have you guys enjoyed...
First, before, I want to know what you like about the t-shirt.
Oh, okay. So a very particular appeal to me is Brian's shoulder girth. And so this shirt...
I'm a big guy.
Particularly hugs your shoulders.
Look at the way she's touching me right now.
My other favorite thing is that you can't really see it necessarily because his beard is so long, but it's got this little tiny V-neck, and this just spot right there just drives me crazy.
I have a tattoo there.
It's the tattoo.
It stretches the entire length of my chest.
It's not just the tattoo, though.
Anybody know what it says? It's actually a word. Yeah. Game of the day in this pre-show. What does my tattoo say? And what is significant about the way it's written?
Yeah, does anybody
know?
There,
right there. That is worth a game.
And
yes.
Elisa's with me as well. She loves shoulder girth.
Yeah.
Shoulder girth on a man, it's just like...
It works. It's a like
hot and bothered.
It's a primal thing, right? I also want to add that I think I blow dried my beard particularly well today.
You did a great blow job.
Good morning to Elsie.
I didn't even mean that. I really didn't mean that when it just came out. You did a great job blow drying your beard today. I swear I didn't mean that.
Carrie's got penis on the brain. You had it on the brain yesterday when you started talking about you found a chunk in your cocky, and that if you didn't stop talking, I wasn't going to swallow. Who was there for that? And now today...
Well, first of all, it's FPF.
I did a great blowjob.
And if children are watching, I apologize.
Apologize for what?
I don't know.
Us being us, viewer discretion is always advised.
Wide chest, wide back. And Brian Grasso makes those shirts look good. Maybe
Well,
the designer should give a financial kickback.
Very sweet of you, Tiffany Maxim. Very sweet of you.
I love it. It's been forever since we've had a real fucked up Friday, I feel like.
I agree. I also want to go back and say good morning to LC, who I absolutely adore. Good morning, Carl McPhee, whose twin daughters are probably with him right now. Good morning, Cecily Casey. Love her to bits and pieces. Diana, all the way from the Netherlands, is with us. Billy Reuter is here.
Nobody knows what your tattoo says.
Nobody knows my Are you guys not playing the game right now? I want to know. What does my tattoo say?
Does anybody... Penis on the brain.
That would be a great tattoo, Lisa.
I'm not sure if any... I think that a lot of the crewmates are rather, new to our world.
Oh, really?
So they might not have been around when you actually tattooed that word on your chest. So I'm actually not sure if Jeff Patton was here. Maybe Jeff Patton, Lisa Drapluck. If Mama Draps was here, she would know. She would be like, "I got this."
I'll break the suspense, and I'll explain the tattoo and why I have it. It actually says it's the word enigma, and it's written backwards, so that if you were looking at my bare chest, you wouldn't be able to decipher it necessarily.
Right.
But when I look in a mirror, it says enigma to me, and here's the reason. Actually, it goes so in line with today's theme. Are you a quitter, camper, or climber? How the choices you make say a lot about your happiness and success potential. So I have been a bouncer, a bodyguard, a professional poet. I've been a performance coach. I have been a CEO of a major international organization. I've written and produced a film that hit rave reviews around the world. And there was a time in my life that I actually started saying to myself, you know what? I got to start taking things more seriously. I got to unilaterally focus my efforts one way. And then I realized that that's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me. I'm a Renaissance man. I have a lot of interests. This tattoo is the first poem I ever got published. I have a lot of interests, a lot of passions. I like to pursue them. So I am at my best when I'm a mystery to myself. I'm at my best when I wake up in the morning and don't really know what that day is going to bring in terms of what my inspirations are going to be. Beautiful. And I want to celebrate that as opposed to somehow dwindle it down. And I want to add something to this. This goes to media. It goes to most parents. It goes absolutely to the school system. From the time we are born until present day, we get indoctrinated into this is what we are. This is what we're supposed to be. This is right. This is wrong. Judgments, labels, definitions. And I want to inspire Crew Nation right now to say, you know what? Celebrate your uniqueness.
Yes.
There is no box. Fuck the box. Get out of the box and do what you want. Do it every single day. What I want to, when I die, I want to slide face first into my coffin and say, what? That was a fucking ride, man. Let's do that shit again.
Can I jump in with you?
Yes. That's what my tattoo says. Yes, you can jump in with me.
First of all, Jim Kerr got it. Because Jim Kerr, just as you started talking, there's a little bit of delay, right? It's the word enigma written backwards.
Yeah, right on, Jim.
And I just want to say something. So John Delancey, you just said, thank you for saying that. I wonder every day why I can't just settle down and focus in one direction. Now, I want to address...
Because you're not supposed to.
Well, but I want to say something there that's kind of maybe counter to what you just said.
Well, that's okay. You can do that.
So I think that... And John, I'm not saying this is you.
No, I know where you're going. I like where you're going.
I think that we have to be aware of the difference between not being able to settle down in direction versus being all over the map and never being able to pick a direction, right?
Yes.
Because some people, Brian, he is everything that he just said, but if there's one thing he has is in the areas of his life that he's pursuing, he has direction in them.
Very strong
inspiration comes in different ways, right?
Yep.
And that is really essential because a lot of people use that I can't settle down, I have too many ideas as kind of a mask to move away from that.
The whole tattoo enigma actually delivered me from that pain. Because I was writing poetry, publishing, writing a movie. It was all good. But I could have done anything successfully had I just pursued it. Yeah. With some ambition and some direction and some consistency.
Right.
So the whole enigma tattoo delivered me from being a fart in the wind.
Right.
But it allowed me to maintain my Renaissance feel, but kind of then forced me to saying, okay, but for the next 2 to 3 years, this is what I'm doing.
Yes. Exactly.
And now I do it world class.
So I'm not saying you were saying that, John.
No,
I just thought it was a really important distinction to make. A welcome to Petra Verbergen, who is here with us, and Vinnie Maltz. Oh my gosh. Vince, okay, everybody who's watching, when the show is over, not now, when the show is over, needs to go to Vinnie Maltz's profile page and watch his daughter.
Yeah, she's adorable.
His daughter cracks us up. We were laughing last night on replay.
I laugh at this little girl out loud.
I want to have her on as a guest.
She'd be a great guest.
We're having her on as a guest.
Absolutely.
Anyways, so...
I guess the pre-show's done.
Yep, it's so fucked up. I'm going to add another FUF on mine that none of you else might be noticing, but This is me. I'm a visual artist. The lighting is so off today.
It's because it's overcast.
Yeah.
Right? We're sitting in front of a big window, but it's overcast today, so we're not getting anything except for our LEDs.
Oh, yeah, so it's just funny to me. Anyways, let's do it!
Do you want me to go now?
Yeah.
Hey, Crew Nation, let's eliminate your limits. Sure. Well, we can start right there if you want to.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? You know what we're going to do? Because it's FUF, we're going to rearrange the order.
We have to rearrange the order today.
That's what we feel like doing. So you know what? Where my crew at?
Crew!
That was my favorite.
I kept that the same.
That was
great.
great.
I kept it the same today.
Well done.
And I'm going to say this, and guys, so...
Well, can I start the show first?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say to share it out. And the only reason I'm saying that is because...
We will talk about why in a second.
I'm a little bit organized today.
This is Carrie's logistical brain. You're doing wonderfully. Now let me introduce the show. Welcome to Brian and Carrie in the Morning. We're live from the very overcast Mount Tremblant, Quebec, which if we're a little dark right now, it's because the sun is not shining.
It's
shining. But we're live 5 mornings a week, Monday through Friday. We get started at 10 a.m. Eastern, but our pre-show starts at 9:50. And that's when you should join us, because for the second day in a row, Carrie Campbell wants to talk about penis.
No!
And that's just funny.
If you're new to the show, that's not true.
Today's show, are you a quitter, camper, or climber? How the choices you make say a lot about your happiness and success potential. We're going to have a lot of fun today, because if you're new to us, every Friday is Fucked Up Friday, hashtag FUF, where we basically just have a lot of laughs and we try to interweave some lesson along the way. That said, Carrie already has the share some fun shit up there right now, because her logistical brain had a meltdown at the prospects of this not being organized exactly the way it's supposed to.
I want to deliver today.
Share this out right now. Last 3 shows in a row, we got over 100 shares. I'm going to give you your reason to share right now. Everybody needs to laugh.
Yes.
Everybody needs to laugh and stop taking life so seriously. And that's what we're going to deliver today. So help us make that a reality for people.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I'm going to provide the context.
And then I'm going to provide my context, because I'm not even sure that we have the same context.
I tell you what, you go first, and then I'll provide the actual context, and we'll see where it lands. It's FUF, whatever.
Oh my God. You know what? If there's one thing Brian and I can do, it's roll and flow, right? Anyways,
yes.
Okay. So the context of this show for me actually goes back to, I think it was Tuesday's show we were talking about millionaires and the whole need to have fun.
Yep.
So for me today, this show is actually going to paint the picture of how we really do have fun in our life. Oh, and it's going to show itself in the way we're showing what we're doing on the show today. So for me, this is kind of like a pictorial depiction of that.
A pictorial depiction. I like that.
That's why.
Just for the record, Scotty Livingston, being his logistical self like you, indicated already that you spelt camper wrong.
I know, whatever.
We've already covered that, Scotty. Thanks for showing up late to the rodeo, but whatever, it's all good. You guys are both so logistically minded, it's adorable. Okay, now, I had to suppress a burp.
Why? Can you let it out next time it comes?
Next time I will.
Okay.
Your context on today's show is great.
Yes.
Here's the context I went with.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I have no idea how this show is going to go. And I'm going to tell you why right now. Because we have a brand new studio. We've only been using it for about, 3 weeks now? 3 weeks in our brand new studio, and there are elements of it that we are still learning how to use. So today, being FUF and having no pressure whatsoever to deliver world-class content, you're looking at my mouth again.
Just looking at you. I'm just watching
Are you seeing her look at my fucking mouth every time I take...
I'm watching. What do you want me to look? Your head? Stop it. I like looking at you. I love you. I find you attractive.
We are just learning how to use some of the technology involved in our new studio. And we thought because it's FUF, we were going to try it today. We're going to try some technology today.
Yes, we are.
But that's the point of the whole overtone. Are you a quitter, a camper, or climber? See, this is the thing. We're climbers. And we aspire to help you want to be a climber as well. What's a climber? A climber is someone who sees the top of the mountain, has worked hard to get where they are on that mountain, are doing very well, but they still want to try more. They still want to go a little higher. They still want to push the envelope of what their life can become, what they can become.
Yeah.
Okay? That's us. Campers have worked hard. They've gotten to a certain plateau, and now they're just setting up a tent. They're like, man, I've come all that way. I'm not going any farther. Fuck it. I'm staying here for the rest of my life. And we're not saying that's bad.
No.
But life is about publishing yourself. Does that make sense? Don't sit behind your screen writing stuff on Facebook and being too afraid to publish it. Don't want to write a book but wonder, oh man, who's going to want to read my words? You got to publish your life.
Yes.
You've got to publish your life. This is us publishing our life in the hopes that we aspire or inspire you to want to do the same.
Yep.
Right? And then there's quitters. People who just look at the mountain and say, it's too big for me. I'm not going to even start climbing it.
Yep.
Okay, we don't want any quitters around us. Campers are okay, but they have more in them. And that's what we want. We want a servant lead and show you that it's okay to fuck up. It's okay to not know how this technology is going to work. Smile, enjoy, and see what happens. That is what this whole show is about.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
How do you not share it now?
Share it. Share it.
Oh, fuck. But I mean, under that, guys,
No, of course.
the world needs more laughter.
Yeah.
The world needs more examples of people who are unafraid to hide behind carefully controlled social media content and just say, look, we have no idea this is going to work, but let's give it a fucking whirl.
Absolutely.
Let's get this into their newsfeed so that they can say, you know what, I'm going to write that fucking book.
Exactly.
I'm going to do that business. I'm going to try and lose this weight. Unafraid of whoever has to say whatever... critic has anything to say. Fuck critics.
Yeah.
You know what critics are? Critics are quitters who never did shit. They just comment on everybody else's shit.
They're too busy telling you what to do.
Can I ask you a serious question, though? If you are waiting to do something with your life and the only thing holding you back from becoming a climber is you're afraid of the critics and what they might say, be them friends, family, people you don't know on social media, consider this. Successful people are too busy doing their shit to care what you're doing.
Yep.
All they're going to do is support you and say, good for you.
Exactly.
Quitters don't do anything. Now, I ask you a question. If you wanted to invest some money and make some money doing so, would you ask a broke-ass person for fucking advice?
Right.
Why do you give a shit what quitters have to say? They're the people who tool around social media because they have nothing else going on in their world. My heart bleeds for them. I have a lot of compassion. But oh no, they don't get to hold you back.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to.
Are you all with me on that?
Everybody's loving this, by the way.
Good.
I'm just watching the comments come in. First
Climb,
of all,
Angie.
I want to
Yes.
say, a special welcome to. Special welcome. All the welcomes are special. Bobby Wilson, welcome
on.
to the show.
Hey, Bobby.
We haven't seen you before, so welcome to the newbie crewbies in the house. And I just want to make a comment on the quitters because Bobby identified herself as a quitter as you were talking about it.
Okay.
And I want to explain something because
It's a harsh word.
I
don't mean like you suck.
No, it's not like because the actual act of what they do is quit, right? And that's okay. Yeah. But I think what we need to understand, and this is what we are all about 5 days a week, is that mindset is the foundation to all of that. Quitters don't quit simply because they're throwing their hands in the air and saying, you know what? I'm done. Yeah. They're saying that, but there's an unconscious process happening, right? Yes. So if you want to stop quitting, well, watch the show.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we teach.
Watch the show, be part of Crew Nation, participate. I love what LC says. Quitters and haters, they're part of, and Scott Livingston said it just a few minutes ago, they're part of the same clan. Yeah. And they're absolutely right. You know what most people don't know? Because we talk about it very infrequently. We have some of the best haters in the world. Guys, Crew Nation, people fucking hate us. They hate us. They absolutely fucking hate us. You should see some of the comments we get on the Instagram. You should see some of the private messages we get about our relationship, about her blue hair, about my beard, about how your muscles. We're horrible role models to our kids. We're frauds. I don't know where how do people who don't know me say you're a fraud? Like, you've got to be knee deep into the wild turkey. or the Jim Beam or the vodka at large to say, hey, I don't know you, but you're a fraud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So, Elsie, you're right. Haters are going to come with the territory. Deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could give a fuck. The more haters, the better.
You know, so number one, I have a few things. I'm going to tell you what we're doing on the show in 2 seconds. But number one, for you guys are the best because I'm not going to be able to bring up the lower third that says share this out because of what we're doing today. So I am putting on Brian Sakowitz and Tiffany Maxim because they're already on it, managing the shares. You know what? I would like you all to surprise us.
Yes.
By the end of this show, because I want to look at the number and be like, oh my gosh, they got us like 120 shares.
No commentary along the way.
Well, they can comment because they're going to talk to each other.
Yeah, but no number comments.
Yeah, don't give us the number. Okay. Just keep working at it.
I love that, Carrie. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to add one more thing.
You go.
Colleen Danielson, great comment. I've been a camper, but I'm currently a climber thanks to Mindset. Liz Gillinger,
you know,
one of our faves, is her trainer.
This is officially the fourth person this week who's messaged us or connected with us who is a client, a Mindset client of Liz. Yes. So Liz, I hope you're watching this at some point, and an amazing shout out to you because you and I had a conversation at our Spain retreat where I said to you very, very, like honestly that you're going to change lives with what you know.
Liz, oh yes, she already does.
It's already happened. So,
agreed.
So
you want to form? Yeah, you hit it.
Let me tell you what we're going to do.
We're going to experiment with technology we don't know anything about, right?
I had a lovely conversation with the wonderful Loria Petrucci.
She's
Love
world
her.
famous.
She's my co-nominee in the co-host award thing.
Yes,
by the way,
and she's lovely. I love Loria.
Yeah, I adore her. So she showed me how to essentially drop in to our show video and image. So we can actually drop in a video and we can talk over the video while we're showing you.
Or the photo, yeah.
Or the photo. How cool is that, right? So that's number one. That's what she taught me how to do. But now, because, it is Fucked Up Friday, we got to have a few glitches along the way.
Yeah.
I got going with the videos today, but there was some sort of error and the videos couldn't get in. So no worries.
It's all good.
Because what I was able to do, my friends, is I was able to upload photos. Now, before anybody says it, the photos are not the right size, so they're a little bit distorted, some of them. So hold on to your britches.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what that is, but hold on to your pants.
It's a horse thing.
Okay, hold on. It's like a britches. Does it make sense?
I think so.
Whatever.
I'm from the city.
So what we have done is we are going to go through a Brian and Carrie and family photo album.
Yes.
And your job, okay? So every picture we have we've opted for has a story. Yeah. And we're going to tell you the story. But when we bring it up on the screen,
I'm laughing at the first one already.
We're going to give you a few seconds to caption it.
Absolutely.
So chime in with the caption and then we'll tell the story.
Okay, a couple quick shout outs before we go. Lori Curlin, I love Liz. She has changed my life. Another shout out to Liz Gillinger.
Amazing.
Thank you for chiming in, Lori. Neil McDonald, and guys, this is for everybody watching. I really need to hear this today. I always end up giving up no matter how hard I work. That's part of the issue, guys. It's simpler than you think. As a matter of fact, somebody hashtag this. The most challenging thing to understand, or the hardest thing to understand, is just how easy it all really is. Mm-hmm. When I hear someone talking about they've worked so hard and they can't seem to find success, the limit is up here.
Every time.
Every time. You unlatch that, everything changes. Yeah, then it all becomes easy. Every time. I'm excited, man.
And so are you guys, you know what? I just realized Brian doesn't even know all the pictures that I have.
I have no idea.
This is like a big surprise for him.
Right?
Okay, who's ready for picture number one? I'm going to leave it up for like 7 seconds while you caption, and then I'll pull it down. Are you laughing at leave it up?
I'm laughing at this first picture. It's fucking hysterical. Cecily, Lee, Diana, everybody's chiming in. Love you all so much.
I need to tell you something really quickly. Brian fell on this picture last week while we were at Genius Network because he was scrolling his newsfeed. And we're in the middle of a conference with someone talking and he starts laughing out loud.
At the back of the room, I went into hysterics.
So are you ready?
Guys, ready? It's going to be up for 7 seconds. We want to see good captions now, okay? Caption this picture. I'm laughing already.
You're going to wait for it to come up on that.
Oh my God, that picture's too much for me. Oh my God, that's too much.
What you think about that?
Oh, and if you don't know, by the way, that is our son Chase, who does a perfect Donald Trump face.
Yep. We have to wait. It's going to take a while. Next president, right?
Right?
Wait
yes.
until my orange sets in.
Oh, Elisa, you're winning so far.
I'm a joker, do not even know it. I love that you guys are...
Well done,
captioning
Christine.
it. Even with such a face, you can reach all heights.
Patrick, that was great.
Yeah, sure you did. You guys are playing. I love that you guys are chiming in with the captions.
Lee
this makes
Patterson,
me happy.
this is great.
Anything you could do, I could do better.
Oh, shit.
Constipated? Use Docalax.
Oh, come on, Michael
you guys are
Henke.
the best. So you want to give the story behind this?
Yeah, look at when Donald Trump was running for president and no one thought he was going to win, our son took a liking to how ridiculous Donald Trump looked.
Yes.
He would look at him on photos. He would find YouTubes. Every night he'd walk out of his bedroom and he'd show me his phone and be like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
But then, Chase being Chase,
Yeah.
he perfected the Donald Trump expression.
did.
And I got to tell you, he doesn't do a great Donald Trump voice,
Yep.
but he's got the manner. Chase does this.
Oh, it's we
He
could
does
get on
it
the show one day
perfectly,
doing it.
right? He was actually, when the election was still happening, we were at a restaurant and he ordered his entire food with that face and with these, first I'll take French fries. And then it was fucking, I almost peed my pants.
Oh my gosh. You know, he actually, you know, we're going to do the video drop in next week because we actually have Chase doing the Trump impression on video. So we're going to do that next week. But
hilarious.
The funniest thing about, like, Chase, he's got a knack for impressions. He really does.
Yeah.
And so he also really got good at Hillary Clinton's face. So he could do Hillary Clinton and George Bush.
His George Bush is as good as Donald
And
Trump.
I would be like, do you sit in your room at night and practice this? And he's like, yeah.
Yes?
And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. But it got to the point, like, it was my head is hurting because I'm laughing. It got to the point that it was such a thing in our house that we could go anywhere. We could be like, Trump, and then Chase would be like, like that.
Michael Henke just quoted Donald Trump. It's going to be huge. That's that night that Chase ordered his food as Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's what he did. Henke, thank you for reminding me. He's like, first I'll take fries and they have to be huge. And I was like done for the night.
I love it.
I didn't have to be drunk that night.
No.
I was just in hysterics all night long.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
okay.
let me set up the next picture, okay?
Yeah.
I was too busy laughing to post. Angie, good. That's a good sign. Sakowitz, Tiffany, just making sure we're getting the shares out there. I know you guys are. So let me set up the next post, okay? I've been a boxer since I was 9 years old. I retired around, the age of 35?
I was a little bit
Right, out in Rosemere, 36, 37. Yeah. But then, I met a great kid, 19, 20 years old, named, what?
You said Gid.
Did I?
Yeah, sorry.
I met a great kid.
Did anybody else hear that?
Anyways, I met a great kid.
There you go.
19, 20 years old, named Shaquille Finn.
He's amazing.
Okay? Now, at the time, Shaq had exactly 2 amateur fights.
Yeah.
But he fell in love with boxing. He was 2-0 as an amateur. I started working with him a little bit. But 6 months later, all of a sudden, he had 19, 20, 21 amateur fights. He was floating through competition. So he inspired me to get back into boxing.
Yeah.
So I hired him as my coach. Mm-hmm. And I boxed for another 2 years. I didn't retire till I was 40, which is unheard of.
Yep.
But this kid he electrified me. Mm-hmm. So I trained with Shaq for 2 years. By the way, Shaquille Finn right now is the Canadian super middleweight champion.
Woo woo!
He's like 18-1 as a pro.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He will be a world champion.
My heart.
He was 2-0 as an amateur when we met him.
Yeah.
Now he's 18-1 and super middleweight champion of Canada. Brilliant and beautiful kid. Amazing heart.
Yeah.
Him and I had so much fun every single day we trained. Every single day was just laughs. So Carrie's going to put a picture up. Caption
I'm
it.
going to make you do Shaq's laugh afterwards.
Yeah.
Because Brian would go into boxing with the intention of making Shaq laugh.
Because his laugh is contagious.
So
okay?
ready?
You ready
have
for the caption?
7 seconds to caption it. Go.
Oh my God, I remember those days. Look how much fun we used to have.
Right.
How ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Mama said knock you out.
Yes. By the way, in that picture you're looking at right now, Shaq is in fact laughing his ass off.
He's in his laugh.
That's why you can't see him at all, right?
Can you do Shaq's laugh?
Yeah, so, okay, look it. If you said something that was kind of funny...
Tickle, your turn.
Oh, God, Lee. Well done. Well done, Lee Patterson. So, you know what? Let me do this before we go to the comments, okay? If you said something that was mildly funny to Shaq, he'd go...
That's true.
Right? That was his laugh, right?
Yep.
But my goal every day I worked with him was to make him laugh.
Yeah.
Okay? This is Shaquille laughing. That was his actual laugh. That was his actual laugh.
It was. You know,
oh my
these
God.
comments are great. Can I just add, somebody's like, Angie said, that's for making fun of me feeding a deer.
Yeah,
I
right.
love you guys. You know
You guys
what?
are the best.
We actually, this is just like, this is what Brian and I do, right? So in the honor of the concept, like the whole thing about like have more fun.
Yeah.
We find these, like we went on a mission for like 3 years just to make Shaq laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that like, so he won one of his fights. And we're in our kitchen one night. Remember this video?
Yes.
We're in our kitchen one night talking about Shaq. And I'm like, I'm going to show Shaq where it's at. I'm going to show him what to do. And Brian's like, okay, I'm going to videotape this. So Brian videotapes me pretending to box. And I'm like, Shaq, I'm going to show you what to do. And I'm like, pa, 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 pa. And like, then you know that he laughed that way when he watched the video.
The next time I saw him, I said, hey, did you get my video from Carrie? He goes, yeah, I got the video.
That's awesome. Okay.
Oh, you guys are the best.
Let
You guys
me set
are
up
the
the next
best.
one. And you know, yeah. So, because I was showing that fun is not always just about laughter, and
Yes.
fun is just about, you know, all the climbing and we talk about, right, in
Right.
life. Not every picture is funny.
Oh.
But some of the pictures have a story behind them that we
Right.
want to tell you the story that goes with it. So we're really, for those of you who've not been around with us, like Vince has been with us. We've known Vince for
Vince
like,
Maltz.
I mean, before you.
I've known him
before
for
I
like,
knew him.
I've known him for 15 years.
So,
yeah.
like, for those of you who don't know the whole history of Brian and Carrie, you're going to get a little bit of history in Brian and Carrie
That's
in this
very true.
in this thing. So,
Very true.
Get ready, caption the photo, and go.
I'm liking this photo thing. Like, it comes up on the screen. That's what she said. Then it kind of goes down. That's what she said. But no, it looks really cool. Look at that.
I'm looking forward to watching it back.
Look at that. That looks badass, man. Look at us.
Brian Sakowitz just gave y'all a little what's up because he's like, the sharing is ridiculously bad right now. When I asked everyone to share once, no one did.
Oh, people, don't
Okay.
get the captain pissed.
So, let's see. Forever Together. I'm going to share the story about this picture. Why didn't I think of that?
I just suppressed the biggest burp. Yeah.
Wedding rings. Look at that. Great stuff. So let me tell you the story behind this picture.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
Because that picture is our engagement rings,
Yeah.
actually. And I'm not going to go into a long story because I want to get through all the pictures. But for those of you who don't know, Brian and I were actually engaged to be married and
Yep.
together forever. Well before we actually reconnected in person. So we got engaged in November 2009.
Yep.
And we only made it official, like we only saw each other in January 2010. So we
Yep.
were engaged before we kissed, before we touched, before he met the kids, before we made love.
Yeah.
And the very first time we saw each other, you know, for the first time in 6 years, that was the very first thing we did. We went and got our engagement rings tattooed on our fingers.
And to all the men out there, how's this for a woman that you can fall in love with so easily from this level? You know what Carrie said to me? She goes, you know what? I'm not into materialism. I'm not a material person. To me, the ring does not signify your love for me. I'm not showing this off to people. I just have a question for you. Will you consider getting engagement tattoos with me? It's like, fuck yeah. Are you kidding? Aside from how awesome that is,
Right.
which is awesome, it so aligns with who I am.
Right.
But then I did the math. Fuck. I was like $10,000 to $200.
And especially because you had a money story back then.
Right. I'm like, this is the ideal woman for me. By the way, can I ask a quick question before we go to the next picture?
Yeah.
How you guys enjoying this? Not the show, but the pictures.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying seeing pictures come up and all that, and the technology is working well, isn't it?
I
I want to
also-
know. Give me some hearts.
Yep.
And maybe a couple of comments. It looks like Colleen says she loves it. I don't know if that's about you and the engagement ring or the pictures.
Can I also ask
But I'm
a
interested.
question? Can I ask you guys, when the picture comes up, can you still hear us talking?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I just realized I think they can. So if you
Yeah.
can still hear us talking when the picture comes up, can you please say, yes, we can hear you? I'm going to wait.
So,
I got an itchy armpit.
Brian Sakowitz is the best. This comment. I saw a billboard for low cost and no cost vasectomies. How exactly the fuck does that work? That's awesome.
Both. Yes, we hear you. That's good to know.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Muna.
It's a good thing we're not like talking crap about anybody.
Right, I know, eh? Oh
not
my
that we
God.
Do that.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Elisa. Perfect,
okay,
guys.
are you guys ready? Do you want to set up the next one?
Yeah, the next one is one of my favorite pictures of all time. You got to understand, okay? So again, this is not all about just stupid fun. There's some seriousness to this. Mm-hmm. So I'm the youngest of 3 kids by a lot. And look, at my mom has never made bones about this, but she doesn't say it in a nasty way. My oldest brother is 19 years older than me, right? I was a mistake.
Yeah.
I was a flat out accident. No one intended to get pregnant. And so, you imagine me at 14 years old. My parents have been done with teenagers for a long time. Yeah. My dad was 42 when I was born. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, that's older in contrast to most people. Mm-hmm. But I mean, think about it. That's 42 is old to have a newborn. Especially when you've done the parenting thing twice already.
It's like our age now almost.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I would be fine with a newborn now, but I would rather not.
I'm not sure.
All at the same time, right? So anyways, the point is that I was a mistake. Okay? All good. Fine. But I grew up with a bit of a complex, right? And part of that complex was that I would not be a good dad. It got kind of ingrained in me at a young age and told to me on a regular basis that I am not, quote unquote, father material. Okay. So I remember, our only source of communication for weeks was phone, right? We started talking in November of 2009. We didn't see each other until January. Yeah. So from November to January, it was just phone. And I remember one night I called you, it was late and I was bawling my eyes out. Yeah. Because, I had told my parents about you and the fact you had 2 kids and that we were going to be together. And the first comment I got was, 2 kids, Brian, you are not anybody's father, right? So that hurt. It hit me hard. Yeah. And so I called you late crying. I was like, I'm afraid. I'm fell in love with you. I'm prepared to be a responsible dad, but like, Carrie, what if I'm not good at it? Like, what if I'm not going to be a good dad, right? And you were beautiful that night. You really calmed me down and, helped me understand it all, blah, blah, blah. Without going into the details, blah, blah, blah is how you summarize a statement, right?
Yada, yada, yada.
Point is that, and I've said this before, I was prepared to come here to Montreal, Canada, and the duty and responsibility of being a patriarch. I was prepared for the duty and responsibility of the obligations of finances and mending wounds and putting Band-Aids on and I was prepared for all that. You know what I was not prepared for? I was not prepared to fall in love with these 2 kids. I was not prepared for that. Primarily because I've been told my entire life, you're not father material. So I think I had a natural wall up. And I was afraid to let it down. Right? Until I met Chase for the first time. He was the one. He was the one I met first. All bets were off. I fell in love with this little boy. And then Maya came home an hour later. And I was like, fuck this. And now, who's my best friend in the world? Maya. Maya is my very best friend in the entire world. And Chase and I have a great relationship as well.
Because they're both instigators and shit disturbers.
Yeah, we are. Right? So the point is, this photo is, I had only been here for about a year. Yeah. But it's one of the most remarkable photos for me to look at sometimes on a regular basis to remind me. Yeah. That, you know what? I did pretty good at this whole stepdad thing.
Better than pretty good.
Yeah, anyway, so you guys got to caption it.
Are y'all ready?
Yes.
It's one of my favorite pictures too. And I love the fact that I know they can hear now.
Yes.
Caption, caption, caption.
Let's get the captions out on this one. There we go.
Look at that. Yes, it's one of the pictures that's distorted, people. There we go.
So what do you guys think? Please. Where's the captions? Bubby, we love you. Caitlin, you win my heart today.
Aw, Bubby.
Yes.
I love that. While the captions are coming in, I just want to say that this is one of those. So as a single mom who, when I left my marriage, my first marriage, you don't really know where your life is going to take you, right? Right. And yeah. I was very, very stalwart on the fact that no man was coming into the kids' lives until I knew that it was going to be the one, right? So for me, even to this day, when I look over and I see the kids and Brian in embraces like that, sure. I melt every single time, every single time.
Yeah.
So.
I just saw right now the next picture that you are preparing, and it's fucking epic. What a funny little picture. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cecily says love change. Angela says love is a choice. Kelsey says dog pile on the papa. Oh, I get it. I was going to say, I don't get that. Dog poo somewhere? But I get it now. Well
Leave
done.
it up to Jeff Patton. Mom, who the fuck is this guy and why am I hugging him?
Jeff Patton, well played, sir. Well played. Welcome home. Chris Goldowski wins comment of the day right now for me. Welcome home, Bubby. That was a good one, brother. That was a good one.
That's,
I love you guys even though you poo on the wall. Dr. Ann Shivas also wins comment of the day.
You know,
right?
I have a little story with regards to that welcome home.
Yeah.
Because those were the first words I uttered to you when you walked in the door.
They are? Yeah.
Brian moved to Montreal in February, and
Yep.
he walked in the door, and it was just me home, and he had a quiet little hi, and I hugged him, and I said to him...
I said, you have a beautiful house.
Right. And I said, welcome home.
It's not my house, welcome home.
Yeah.
You don't tell that story very well.
Sorry, you're a better storyteller than me. It would have been a great story until you changed it and made it your story.
Well, I told it as it actually happened.
I know, but they didn't know that. Nobody knew that. Okay, are you ready for the next picture now? Who wants to see the next picture?
Oh, you guys.
And I'm not going to say anything about this picture. I'm just going to let it pop on up on the screen. Okay,
Yes,
ready?
we'll tell the story after.
Go.
Absolutely. Now, there, a little distorted, but there you go. There you go. What does that look like? I want to know what the caption on that one says. Oh, this guy. Yes.
You know, what y'all are seeing in this...
Diana, I love that. Hell yeah.
Fight the power. What you guys are seeing in this show is Chase is funny. I just realized, like, Chase is kind of a behind-the-scenes guy.
Yeah.
But I found all the funny pictures of him because he's funny.
Okay, look at Crew Nation's used to seeing Maya on camera.
Yeah.
Chase never comes on camera because he doesn't want to come on camera. He's a very kind of introverted
Yeah.
guy. By far,
Yeah.
by a lot, he's the funniest person in our family.
You and him, I think you and him both are, like, right there together.
I think that kid's fucking hysterical.
He is.
He can be funny on a dime.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does shit. He's like, was that funny?
Yeah.
But it's the way he says it that makes it even funnier.
It's so true.
He is hysterical. So now you're seeing some of the best of Chase.
You
So
know,
what do we have here?
And we always, child power, I forgot my black glove. I have the power is mine. I will conquer. That was his graduation picture from elementary school. And when he showed it to us, we were like, you know, we would not expect anything else from Chase.
Yeah, well, the backstory on that is that Chase had a tough elementary life.
Yeah.
Right? He went through some challenging things personally.
Yep.
And it affected his school, on top of the fact that, you know, that whole concept of kids don't belong in school. They don't belong in the box of school. Chase is the president of that fucking fan club.
Isn't he?
Talk about a kid who does not belong in the box.
Yeah.
He doesn't get why he's got to sit there for 3 hours. Right? And he's smart. Like, you've got to get inside this kid's head, and you've got to hear some of the stories. Like, from grade 1 until now, he challenges his teachers. Right? But we've always conditioned them. Look at, if you've got something to say because you disagree with something, you do so respectfully. You do so properly. You do so at the right time, the right channels. But don't you ever back away. Don't ever play the I'm the teacher, you're the student, so you do what I say. Chase, you stand up for yourself, but you do so properly.
Absolutely.
You know, not one teacher has ever one time indicated he's lacking politeness.
That's true.
They can't stand the fucker. Because he calls them on all their bullshit. But they always say the same thing. You know, he's polite as hell, but. So then I wait for the but. But what?
Yeah.
But what, asshole? What are you going to say? But what? Right? So one teacher tells us one time that there's a standing rule in her class that no students allowed on their cell phones during quiet time. Okay, so we're like, yeah, okay, go on. Because I know where this is going, right? So then she says to us, she goes, yeah, well, Chase was on his cell phone earlier today, and he knows the rules. But then when I told him he had to put his cell phone down, he got very belligerent about it. And we were like, belligerent? And she's like, well, he kind of argued. And I'm like, well, what did he argue? She goes, well, he said, Miss, if we're not allowed on our cell phones right now, why are you on yours? To which I said, I'd like to know the answer to that fucking question myself.
Right.
If you're going to set an expectation, you should probably fucking meet it. But that's Chase.
Yeah.
He calls people on stuff in the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that little boy is just his brain. So the point is, when he finally graduated elementary school, he was like, dude.
Yeah, he was like,
did it.
Absolutely.
Did it.
You know, so number one, the comments are great. I want to say two things. Steve Montefinesse has eluded a conference call to be on FUF Friday.
Yes. Attaboy, right on.
We won't tell anybody, Steve. And the other thing I want to say is that Brian Sakowitz and Tiffany Maxim are on it. Like, they're getting feisty. They're like, if you want to eliminate your limit, people who want to eliminate their limits share. People who don't share.
Wow.
You guys are on it. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to jump to the next one, and I'm not going to preamble this particular screenshot. I'm going to just ask you if you remember this, and if you do, to caption it with what happened, and if not, just caption.
I also want to say, before the picture comes up, Diana is on live with us right now, which is cool because her comment shows there.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. So Diana, watch for this.
Okay, you ready? Here it comes.
Oh, I remember that very well.
It was the best.
Oh, I remember that very well. It wasn't the best. I felt like a knob.
I thought it was the best. There we go. Awesome. So
Caption on, folks.
Does anybody remember that?
Yes.
Anybody know what happened there?
I do. Diana says, it smiles. Look at that.
I want to go back and find that video clip because of how funny that was. That was way back when Brian and Carrie was still new. Like, I don't know, 3 months. I don't like yellow.
Lee Patterson, it wasn't the first show.
Maybe it was the first show.
I was talking and you were going, oh! That was awesome. It wasn't the first show.
Yeah, touch me.
But it was close to the first show. So Lee Patterson, you're absolutely right.
It was the spilling of the tea. I'm calling that the Greek tea spill. That was the day. If you guys have not watched that episode, I swear I've got to find it. That was the day Brian was in the middle of talking. You've seen him drop his pen like 100 times.
Sometimes I throw it on purpose.
He's like moving his hands around and then boom, the tea goes everywhere, all over our new equipment and stuff. It was funny.
Just want to say, Brian Sakowitz, my cup of piss, and Tiffany Maxim, the spilling of the tea. I like the way she Shakespeareaned that one. But comment so far, the day goes to Neil McDonald. That is why you do not let small dogs on the counter. Well played, sir. Well played. Well played.
Are you guys enjoying the pictorial album of our life at the moment?
Yeah, with our new technology. See, we're climbers. We're putting shit out there without having any idea if it was going to work.
Absolutely. If you're going to enjoy it. If you're enjoying it, can you please give us a cascade of hearts?
Yeah, I want a cascade of hearts. You know what? I haven't said Angela Funning's name enough. Like, it's been too long.
And her name is Fun.
Angela Funning is here.
I'm waiting for a cascade of hearts if you guys are enjoying the show.
Oh, it's coming. It's always a little delayed.
There we go.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
How's it go? One more time.
The number of times he makes me do things over again that he thinks are funny. The worst thing is like I'm a dog.
And I do it. Keep doing it.
He's like, do it one more time.
One more time. Last one.
It's because I like making you laugh.
Well, you make me laugh.
Okay.
You mission accomplished. All right, look at all these hearts and smiles.
We're ready.
How many pictures do we have left?
I don't know. We'll just go until we're ready to stop the show.
Let's do this one now. No commentary from us. Just we're going to put the picture up, caption it, or if you know what it's from, say so, and then we'll reveal after.
There we go.
Yes. I like that Lee Patterson's reminding that our newbie crewbies that it's fucked up Friday. It's not always this crazy.
There we go.
BG is so wrong, says Elisa. I don't know what I'm wrong about, Elisa. You can comment and let me know.
I do not know either.
It says BG, so wrong.
I don't know.
She's got a good reason.
Oh, because you probably said something and she's saying like, oh, you're so wrong.
Probably.
What's great is that we can climb together. When I have you guys on a full screen, the hearts, etc. freeze. Someone captioned the photo. Was this a photo shoot for a magazine?
Wow, Christine
that was
Sassy
fun to watch
Pants.
you do that shoot.
Angie Olsen, I'm impressed.
Ta 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 ta.
Ta.
My hair was very blonde.
Yes, it is.
So I'm gonna. Do you want to give the backstory on that, or do you want to?
No, you go ahead. If you like. Yeah.
So
Charlie's Angels. Well played, Neil.
So for those of you who don't know who's in that image with me, because to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't have noticed either.
I'm not a big supermodel fan.
So the lady who's right next to me is Yasmin Warsam, who is a supermodel.
Good one,
she's a world-renowned supermodel, and I had the absolute fortune of when I was working for a fashion magazine. Doing a photo shoot with her on the cover of the magazine.
Yeah.
She was the cover, but she was so enamored with my unique look.
She was.
The tattoos, the shaved head with a long blonde hair, that she asked me if I would do a photo shoot with her to support her. She had this scarf line to support children in Africa.
Yep.
So I flew to Toronto for a day and got to do a photo shoot with a supermodel.
Yeah.
And she was an absolute gem, an absolute doll. And, you know, I think my favorite thing about that whole story is that, like, we do shit. We try shit. We experience life,
Absolutely.
you know, and you'll see that even in the next picture as well that's going to come up. But it was just an amazing experience.
A couple of things for me. Brian Sackowitz, Carrie, was the creative director for that magazine. Mm-hmm. And I also want to add the picture, which was a behind the scenes pic.
That's right.
That was you, Yasmin, who's a legit supermodel, and the designer of those scarves.
That's right.
Right? Pictures from that photo shoot were actually in UK Cosmo.
That's right.
You still have copies of it here.
I do, yeah.
So my wife's been in Cosmo. What's up? Backstory on the whole Yasmin's infatuation with my wife, though. Right? So that photo shoot happened in Toronto.
That's right.
So I took care of the kids for 3 or 4 days. You went off to Toronto. Mm-hmm. And then one of the nights you were there, Yasmin, you, and a couple people from the magazine went out dancing. Right? Yep. At some point when you were dancing, Yasmin finds your cell phone and calls me.
I forgot about that.
She calls me. So I pick up the phone at like 11:30 at night. See, that's not the time when you go, "Ooh!" over top of the door.
I don't realize.
So like at like 11:30 at night, I see on my caller ID that Carrie's calling. So I answer the phone, "Hey, baby." And Yasmin, the fucking world famous supermodel, goes, "Well, hey, baby, yourself, how you doing?" She just calls me, but this is why she calls. She goes, "You know, I just want to tell you, your wife is gorgeous. Your wife is so hot." And I'm like, there's guys out there right now. Okay, you ready? My wife is doing a photo shoot with the number one supermodel in the world. And that supermodel is calling me in very hushed tones to say, "Your wife's so hot." That didn't suck. Okay, you were in UK Cosmo and you got to do that. I got a phone call from a supermodel telling me how hot my wife was. That didn't suck for me either.
Oh, what a great experience. I forget about these memories until we scroll through Facebook.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done some shit, haven't we?
Do you want to backdrop this one, or do you want me to just throw it up and see if...
No, throw it up. I want to see for two things. Caption it and see if you can find me.
Yep.
Those are the two things, okay?
And Billy Ruder just fell off his chair.
Yeah. Get back up, son. There's not a picture up for you. Yeah. God, I remember that night so well.
Me too.
Right, I guess. You were part of that night, weren't you? Right on.
And there we go.
So what do you think? What's the caption? Can you see me?
What's going on in that picture?
Yeah. And what's going on in that picture?
Yeah, I'm very curious to see Bodyguard.
Yeah, Bodyguard says Lee Patterson, okay.
In back
right. Caitlin, yeah, spot on.
Who knows who the artist is?
Who knows, exactly. Who is the artist in the foreground? Photobomb, says Muna. No, not exactly.
I like the
vest. Thank you, Caitlin. Brian playing the role of Bodyguard. Well, yeah, not so much playing the role. I actually was one. Louise is right, yes. But who recognizes the artist? I'm curious.
Does anybody recognize the artist?
Fuck, I got some stories about that particular artist.
That didn't suck.
That didn't suck, right?
Ricky.
Well, it wasn't Ricky.
Hey, baby, want to party like it's 1999?
Kelsey, well done. Angela Funny found me. Yeah, waiting to be off duty. Elisa's heard this story, I think, yes. Lee Patterson has no idea who that was. You were only looking for me. I like that. Wow, nobody knows who that was. Which is great.
Yeah.
Because whatever.
You should go ahead and tell the story.
That was Jay Sean. Mm-hmm. Who, is he still popular?
Was he?
Oh, are you kidding?
Just joking.
Baby, are you down? Like that was number one.
I'm just joking.
Jay Sean, I have no idea if he still exists. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he still lives. I have no idea if he's still popular. So the very last gig I ever did as a bodyguard was New Year's Eve in Chicago in 2010. Mm-hmm. No, 2009.
That's right. It was going into 2000.
Right. So as a bodyguard, I didn't work for any one particular band or celebrity. I worked geographically, right? Mm-hmm. So meaning when there was a big concert that came into Chicago, for example, I was on a list of people that the organizers for that event would call. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't like, believe it or not, there's levels of bodyguarding, and I liked my level because I wasn't an in the crowd, front of the stage, in the mosh pit with the smelly drunk bodyguard. I actually was shoulder to shoulder with a celebrity. Right. And I think, I knew why. You know, I'm not the biggest guy in the world by any stretch. Like I'm not LC Lonis size, right? But I have an intimidating presence and I blend in. That's the mark of a good bodyguard. Like if you get snapped in a photo, do you look like you belong in the photo, as opposed to being a massive gorilla who just is awkward. The artist is very little standing beside you. So I was always the shoulder to shoulder guy, right? Which means I was backstage. My job at that concert was to stand backstage in full view, in part as a visual reminder for people to not come on stage. But mostly because if people did come on stage, my job was to go and grab Jay Sean and whisk him off to safety. That the reason I remember that night so well, aside from the fact it was my last show, is that you and I were a couple. You were in Montreal, and I was in Chicago, and I was texting you all night long. Yeah. Wow, Jay Sean sucks. Remember that? I kept texting you. I can't believe this guy is popular. Yeah. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but wow, his music is not for me. But then the text that you hated was like, I actually got into a fight that night. Remember that?
I do, and you know what? That
was the last fight I've ever gotten into, by the way.
Yeah, unless it was in a boxing ring on purpose.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, my the part of that story that like is all that I remember is Brian's texting me, and he's like, so I'm, you know, I always carry a knife with me in situations like this, and you know, I'm in a fight, and I'm like, all I'm thinking to myself is, could you please not die before you move to Montreal and we spend our life together? That's all I was thinking. Don't die. And the
I'm
fact
a safety
that
first guy.
My new fiance was incredibly sexy. Because I'm sorry, did you see him standing there in that corner?
You're so sweet. Karen Roberts, yes, he was. He had like the #1 hit of 2009.
Yeah, I know the song. Ready?
Baby, are you down, down,
even if the sky
is falling down.
That's all I know. Okay, so the next two pictures.
Sucked.
I'm going to put two pictures up, one after another. And I just found these pictures and I want to share them. And I want to know what your words are that come to the picture. Are you ready?
Oh, there's my best homie. There's my best homie. Look at that. That second one, I don't know about that one.
There you go. That was little Miss Maya when she was about 4 years old. It was right before you moved to Montreal.
With the flowers, yeah.
Yeah.
But then the second one.
Yeah, and that was her last summer.
Yeah, we took her on our very first photo shoot. Stepdaddy was not impressed.
Yeah, and
actually, Stepdaddy was too impressed.
Yeah, and
that's part of the problem.
All I want to say about that one is that those two pictures for me, just like they capture her magic.
Oh.
She's just such a magical. They're not funny pictures. I don't even have a story behind them. I just came across them and I'm like, you know what? That is just Maya.
Well, to know Maya is to know her magic. I mean, it exudes off of her. She doesn't pose like that Rolling Stone cover that we just mocked it. That was an actual modeling picture she did, and we mocked it over a Rolling Stone cover. She's her mom. She's absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but she's got a personality and a heart and a spirit to match. You know what? If any of you were crying that day, she would cry and go hug you. That's just her spirit.
It is. So, it is.
Anyways, you know what? I think this has been a very successful test of our technology. I'd like to see a cascade of hearts. If you guys have enjoyed yourselves today, we're going to throw up one more picture.
It's the closer.
It's the closer. She is a fantastic kid, Steve. I agree.
Here comes the closing, my favorite meme.
Yes. Look at all those hearts coming through. That's
Sometimes the thing that is holding you back is all in your head.
And isn't that what we stand for?
There you go.
Right? If you are a quitter or a camper and you're not a climber, it's because something up here is limiting you. And that is what Brian and Carrie in the morning is all about. We just want to inspire you to live bigger dreams, to walk in the footsteps of who you are, and we want to give you tools of how to eliminate those limits. So you know what? From us to you, we honestly hope that's exactly what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And with that, that brings our pictorial to a close.
Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, you know what? You guys have a beautiful weekend. If you're in the States, I know it's Memorial Day weekend.
Enjoy.
We'll be back on Monday as always, but walk into the weekend not forgetting this. Review where you're going. Count your wins along the way. Imagine all the glory and be mindful of what you say. Take care.
Bye.